You know, if everybody say it can't get done, I'm like, yes it can, why not? I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not gonna promote them. When all this, you know, mom, dad, I'm gonna look you in your face and say this kid can't read. You know, we let them down. School, parents, we let them down, but I'm not gonna take them to the next grade knowing that they're not at grade level. It's funny because I'm always like, okay, how are schools successful? Well, schools are successful when they demand greatness. Greatness doesn't come. We're about to make history. We're about to learn. We're about to grow. We're about to make history. And then, mark my words, it's going to be other school districts, other places around it that's going to be doing this thing. We're going to be the first model. And I'm speaking that into existence, okay? If you can really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
Easy. It was productive. It was exciting. They will never leave Mr. Hurt advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit shurt.
Good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Hurt with another Saturday morning podcast. And this morning we have another powerful message. We're going to talk about signs that the captain of the ship has waved the white flag. Signs that I got my flag right, the towel, doing the towel, or wave the white flag. The signs that the captain of the ship is waving the white flag or has thrown in the towel. So give me 2 minutes as I get all of my people on. So make sure you hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from on my Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, folks. Come on in and let me know where you're coming from. You know, this is another powerful message. I cannot wait to share it with folks. We're going to have another good time. I know in Michigan we've been getting a lot of rain the last couple of days. So I know that we're trying to work through that, but hey, come on in. Let's have another good time. Let's share. Let's talk. Let's grow. Let's do what we do. 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 So hold on got a couple more people saying, Hurt, you got to send it out. All right, I'm sending it out. I'm trying to get everybody that I can because I want to make sure that we are hearing this powerful message on this morning. Yes. And we call ourselves Super. Saturday is myself at 10 o'clock, Creator Educate at 10:30, Principal Kafele at 11. Then we got Josh Tarver on Sunday at 7 o'clock. And we like to give out just educational information. I believe that this is probably the most powerful, informed, educational platform in the whole world. You do not get as much information on a Saturday and then also on a Sunday that we give out. We like to share, we like to give it out. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. Come on, stay with me so I can make sure I got everybody in, ready to go. Hold on for 1 second. Got to make sure that all my LinkedIn folks is in. I got to make sure I got my LinkedIn folks in. So we're going to, give me 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. Let me make sure all my LinkedIn folks are in. All right. Let me turn down this volume, and I think we should be all ready to go. We think we should be all ready to go with the groups and things of that nature. All right. So let me go ahead and check in and see who's with me. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, all right. So I'm good. Let me go into this chat to see who's rocking with Brother Hurt this morning. Who's with me? Who's with me? I love my educational family. You guys support me 110%. All right, so let's go. We got Brother David Bell from Benton Harbor, Michigan. How's that weather out there? Here in Ypsilanti, it's raining outside, so you might get all that rain. We got my good sister, my sister in education, Dr. Shiki Houston. Good morning to you. Salute to you and the family. I've been watching you this week. You've been doing some big things, so salute to you. I got Principal Kafele, my mentor, my good brother. Good morning to you, my man. I know you out and about. I saw that you had that good seat yesterday on the flight. You know, you was able to stretch out. So, hey, I love that. I know how you feel. We got Miss Anetta. And then she told me how to pronounce her last name. McHoon. Maybe I said it right. I messed it up. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call you Miss Anetta from Illinois. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Next week I'm gonna write it down. I gotta write it down. So I'm sorry if I messed up your name. We got Miss Krista Wallace in the house from North Myrtle Beach. Good morning to you. Always taking good notes, always doing big things. We got Miss Flowers in the house from Brunswick, Georgia. I know you got a couple more weeks before that state test. I'm praying for you. I know that you're going to do a good job. So good morning to you, Miss Flowers. We got Sandy Smith in the house. Good morning to you. We got AP Patrick Lawrence from Connecticut. I was in Connecticut a couple of months ago. I was supposed to fly into Oklahoma City, but my flight got delayed. So I was in Connecticut for one day. I was at the airport and we went to the hotel. First time in Connecticut. They have some really good seafood there. I do have to admit, we got Melissa Jones Tuna in the house. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We got Miss Rella Hicks in the house. Salute to you. Please give love to your staff over there. I miss you guys so much. We got my good friend, Dr. Jeter in the house from Illinois. Illinois in the house. Good morning to you, Dr. Jeter. Good morning to you, Dr. Jeter. She said, McMahon. Okay, I got it. McMahon. All right, I got you, Miss McMahon. She's smiling. Thank you very much, Miss Anita McMahon. McMahon, I got it. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna stop right now. No, let me get September Vance Daniels from Orange, New Jersey. I got to get down to New Jersey. I want to do some work down in New Jersey. I hear all these phenomenal things that's taking place down in Jersey. I got to get down there. I got Edwin Garcia in the house. Good morning to you, my friend. And we got Miss Candace in the house, superintendent. Good morning to you. Make sure you check your Miss Candace. Make sure you check your messenger. I sent you something the other day. So let's go ahead and get started. So once again, good morning to everybody. Sean Hurst School Turnaround Principal, and I'm gonna talk about today the signs when the captain of the ship, that could be the principal, the superintendent, whoever you are, has waved the white flag or waved the towel and threw it in. So I'm gonna talk about those signs. And then the reason why I got this, I'll talk about this message that a couple of weeks ago. I forgot who it was, but when I was going over my messaging from a podcast, one of the somebody said, Hurt, you need to talk about waving in the white towel. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So I had wrote down the name, but I forgot about it. So whoever that is, thank you very much for this phenomenal, that inspiration for me. So I'm gonna put my towel, because if you think about waving in a white towel, whenever you quit something, whenever you want to just tap out or whatever, you wave the white towel, or you throw the towel in, or you wave the white flag. So that's why I got my towel right here. All right. So let's talk about something that I always talk about. What is keeping you up at night as an educator? What keeps you up at night as an educator? Put it in the chat. I'm going to tell you what's keeping me up at night is that the state test has arrived. I've been doing a countdown for the last month, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. This week, the state test, schools all over the world will be starting the state test. In Michigan, I'm in Michigan, it'll be the M-STEP. We start that up on Monday. So the state test has arrived. I just wanted to tell everybody, good luck and do the best job that you can. We've been putting strategies, videos, things of that nature, but the time has come for the state test. Good luck and do the best that you can. But let me drop a seed. Let me drop a little seed to you. And then I got this when I went to church on a Sunday. My pastor talked about this at church. He said, you are really in control of your destiny. You principal, you superintendent, you assistant superintendent, you are really in control of your destiny. Your expectations is what you harvest. Your expectations of the students, of the score is what you harvest. Expect greatness from your students and staff, and you will harvest a good crop. Your expectations is what you harvest. Why do you say that, Mr. Hurt? As a former principal, I always talk about this. As a former principal, I expected my students to do great on the state test. That was my expectations from day one. So consequently, when they did do great, when they scored high and things of that nature, it was not a shock to me. It was nothing that I did not expect, because I was in control of my destiny. The seeds that I planted every day for 182 days, every week, every month with my teachers, my staff, and my students, I just went and got my harvest. My harvest was good seeds. I planted good seeds. A lot of times we're not planting good seeds, we're planting bad seeds. Okay. Talk to me, Mr. Hurt, about that. What's taking place is that when you plant good seeds, that means you're in the classrooms 80% of the time, principals. You have short cycle assessments taking place. You're coaching your teachers. You have tier 1 instruction is good. Your PD is solid. All those are called seeds that you're planting. So when you plant good seeds, you're going to get a good harvest. Well, what's the harvest, Mr. Hurt? The harvest is you're going to have great scores on your state assessment because you come to the podcast every Saturday, because you watch it, you're taking notes, you're doing all of these things that planting good seeds. I've never ever seen a school that planted good seeds that received a bad harvest. Now, I've seen schools all over the world that have planted bad seeds, and that's what I'm talking about, the bad seeds, and whatever they planted, that's what they got. They got a bad harvest. What was the harvest? Low scores. Your report card grade is bad. All those type of things because you was planting bad seeds. So I just want to share that to you. Hey, listen, your expectations, what you expect from your students and staff is what you will harvest. Yes, and plant the right seeds. Yes, Dr. Houston. Dr. Houston knows about it. You know about it, especially if you're down south, you're in the country, you know about seed time and harvest time. You know about seed time and harvest time. It's the time to plant. It's the time to go get that harvest. On Monday, it's time to get the harvest, y'all. It's time to get the harvest. All right. I'm motivated for you. What's going on in my educational world? On Monday, I will be with Principal Williams from OKC Virtual. Hey, you know how I do it. I'm going to be spending about 3 hours with her on a virtual meeting. We're going to look at her end of the year data. Her state test is in 2 more weeks. So we're going to look at her end of the year data, and we're going to put because I've been working with the school since the beginning of the year. She still got 2 weeks. We're going to tweak a few things, look at her data, and she's going to go ahead and score high. So I'll be with her. And then on Thursday, I'll be in Novi, Michigan. I'll be working with a school board on doing some training with a school board. So that's the other work that I do. I work with school boards, and I do trainings with school boards so they can help support schools. That's one thing that we forget about. We forget about our school boards. Those are the ones that's making the powerful decisions. Those are the ones that's okaying those budget. Those are the ones that's doing all those things. So school boards need training just like us educators. So I'll be in Novi, Michigan doing that. All right. So let's go and get started. Stay with me. Hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. Subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube page. Do all those wonderful things. If you have not picked up my books, make sure you picked it up. Many people ordered it last week. I I will be sending those out on Monday. So the people that order books, I'll be sending those out on Monday. You could pick up my books from my website. Make sure you pick them up. All right. So now let's go ahead and let's jump in it. Let me get these captures off. All right. Signs that the captain, the head person, the person that's calling the shots, has waved the white flag or throwing in the towel. You cannot throw in the towel, but I'm gonna show you the signs that the person that's in leadership has waved the white flag or throw in the towel. Don't throw in the towel. This is the towel. Don't throw it in. All right. So let's talk about some of the signs. One of the signs that the captain has thrown in the towel or waved the white flag is this: that the faculty does not trust each other nor take risk at the school or district level. The faculty does not trust each other. That's a sign. Something is happening. The faculty, those 80 teachers that, that does not trust each other or they take no risk. That's one of the signs. Whenever you see a leader that has thrown in the towel, they pretty much has given up there and said, okay, hey, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. I'm going to talk about this person. I'm going to backstab this person. I'm going to do all those things. When you start to see that, that's the faculty, that's the staff. That could be at the admin building or at the school level. When you start to see that leader, that principal, that person, they might have one foot out of the door. All right? That's a sign. Well, how do you know? I've seen it. I remember when I was, and I'm not going to say it because if I tell you the position I was in, the person might be no. But I remember my leader, I would come to work. We had to be at work at 7:30, right? The principal, this is the principal. I would be at work at 7:20, 7:25, get there. He would be in his car. He would actually be in his car listening to music. I'm walking by it. I give him a wave. And then at 8 o'clock, he'll still be in the car. I'm waiting for him to do the morning announcements. And we had like halls that we was assigned when the kids come in and all that. He was still in the car. And he was doing this for 2 or 3 months. Now, I don't know if he was going through some family situations or whatever it may be. But listen, he had threw in the towel. The towel was thrown in. I saw it from there. And then from there, once we saw him thrown in the towel, then you had the staff that was not connected, that started to backbite. You had people that was not supposed to, that was doing things that the principal was supposed to do. They started trying to run the meetings and do all those things. It was total chaos. Total chaos. But I look back at it, I'm like, oh, the principal threw in the towel a long time ago. So that's one of the signs. Another sign, when you have your meetings in the building or at the district level, the meetings go nowhere. The meetings go nowhere. Why are we meeting? The meetings we're meeting just to meet. The meetings go nowhere. That principal is standing in front of you. He reading from a script. He doesn't care. I just got to meet to check the boxes. And people in the meeting, they texting. They on their phones. They checking lesson plans, checking books. They scrolling on the phone. The meetings are wild. This is a wild meeting. That's another sign that the leader don't really care. The meeting's supposed to start at 3:15. Man, we don't get started to 3:30. Really? People coming in late. It's just a wild. That's another sign. The meetings go nowhere. They have no meaning. It's no purpose of having it. We're doing it just to check the box. We're doing it just to say that I had a meeting. Sign 2. I'm telling you, this is what's taking place. Well, why are you talking about it now? Because it's April. And this is when leaders start to throw in the towel during this time. This is the time because most schools get out at the end of May. So you got about 6 or 7 more weeks. State testing is taking place. it's going to get hot. So when it get hot, behaviors start to increase. I know it. So that's when leaders like I'm done. I'm about to retire next year. I'm looking for a new job. I'm out of here. Y'all can have this. These 800 kids is wilding out. They fighting down in the 8th grade hallway. Lunchroom behavior is off the hook. I'm about to throw in the towel. Woo! Next one. No clear direction or communication on the future of the school or of the district. There is no clear communication. There is no direction of the future of the school or the district. Make it plain, Hurt. There's no vision for where we're going. When there is no vision, the people perish. When there's no vision, the schools have low test scores. When there's no vision, people leave. When there's no vision, people don't care. When there's no vision, oh man, I know I'm talking good now. When there is no vision, the district falls by the wayside. No clear communication or idea for the future. No vision for the district. Consequently, the reason why there is no vision is because I have thrown in the towel. I don't care. I've thrown in the towel. Look, I'm throwing in the towel. I don't care. I don't care where these 5,000 students go. I don't care about these 1,000 employees. I don't care. I'm out of here in 5 months. Like it or not, I'm out of here in 5 months, and I'm retiring or I'm going to another district. I don't care. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with this district. I don't care if all of the schools in the districts have an F report card grade. I don't care how the money's going to be spent. If you fire me, I'm going to still get my salary. I don't care. There is no vision for the school or the district. What are the signs, Hurt? These are the signs. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm saying a lot. Listen, stay with me. Hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. I'm telling you, this takes place all over the world about this time. April, May area, people throwing the towel. Wow, y'all comment. Woo, y'all, listen, these comment, they comment. Somebody saying amen. If no, why is this light going out over my phone? Man, listen, I'm sorry about my light. Let me turn on my light. The word amen means they are in agreement. So that means you agree. Hold on for 1 second. My light going out. Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Let me just make sure my light is good. So that means you agree of what I'm saying. Dr. Hughes say you're talking good. I got Dr. Jeter. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. Yes, I got Rella Hicks. When you are matching your leader's energy, there is low. Yep, you're headed for destruction. Yes. Yep. So everybody is saying the same thing. And the problem is that we don't have these courageous conversations. We just let it go by. We think it, we see it. And I always talk about we don't deal with the elephant in the room. And you know I'm a data person. You know I love data. You know I will talk about data and curriculum and all that kind of stuff. But right here, this needs to be addressed. This really needs to be addressed. And then what is taking place is that if we don't give help, if we don't identify it, the people struggle and the students struggle. We're in it to help. It's all about the students. But if the adults have quit, they've thrown in the towel and they don't care, then not only the students, but what about the parents? Come on now, what about the parents? What about the community that the school is in? And I'm going to talk about this. A lot of times, not all the times, but sometimes, if you're not from that community, if you don't live in that community, if you don't have any stake in that community, you really don't care. And we need to get back to caring. We need to get back to saying, listen, those kids belong to me. This is my community. I went to this school. My kids are in the district. All those things matter, because if you have some type of stake in it, you're not going to throw in the towel. You're going to fight. You're going to make sure things are right. You're going to do it because it's more than a paycheck. It's more than you the building principal or whatever, or a title. It's more than your doctorate degree. It's more than that. These kids look like you. They come from your community. They go shopping where you go shopping. They go to your church. They do all those things. So we must care about the school because it has direct impact on the community. So I just want to say that, because we have to go to next level. All right, stay with me. I got 8 more minutes. I don't know why I went there, but I just had to go there. Next one. When you see the person that has thrown in the towel, that means they are focusing. Their focus is on the wrong stuff. They focus, but they're not focusing on the right stuff. They're focusing on the wrong stuff. They're talking about other things outside of moving the school or moving the district. They're focusing on just things that will not lead to academic achievement. You can have a focus. It could be focused on the right stuff or the wrong stuff. I talk about this all the time. You could be a principal. Principals usually work in a school for 10 hours a day, right? For those 10 hours, the first couple of years when I was a principal, I was focusing on the wrong stuff. I was in my office, answering emails, phone calls, parent complaints, the whole 9 yards, students coming down, disciplinary problems. It was part of my job, but consequently, if I was the instructional leader of the building, I'm the instructional leader. How can I be an instructional leader when I'm only spending 10% of my time in the classroom and 90% of my time putting out fires? So I had to switch that and say, all right, I'm gonna spend 20%, 15% of my time putting out fires, and the rest of my 80% of my time will be as the instructional leader. And when I did that I saw my school get better. My focus, I was focusing on the wrong stuff. When you see people throwing in the towel, they're going to focus on the wrong stuff. Well, what is their focus? Whatever they see in front of them. They just, I just got to get this 8 hours out by me, so I'm going to be in my office. I'm going to kick it. I'm going to kick it with my friends, my friends in the building. I'm going to kick it. So I'm focusing on kicking it, and I'm not focusing on being an instructional leader. All right, does that make sense? The next thing, when people have thrown in the towel, that means they're separating the personal from the professional. Ooh, what do you mean by that? They're separating the personal from the professional. A lot of times we'll tell people, listen, the first 6 or 7 months, don't smile as a teacher. Just keep the mean mug, look mean. I got to look mean because I got to get the respect of the kids. I'm going to look mean all the way up until December. Well, consequently, as a teacher, as a principal, I'm not bringing my personal, who I am as a person, to the school. If I'm a fun lover, like to laugh, smile, and stuff like that, I'm not bringing who I am as a teacher or as a principal. You have certain traits about you that you got to bring into the building. Who you are, what you're about, things of that nature. You bring that to the building. I'm not saying bring your personal stuff as far as, your wife and your kid and all that. No, I'm not saying that, but who you are as a person. Bring that together. What happens is this, is that people that have thrown in the towel will say, I'm not bringing myself into the building. I'm going to be somebody that I'm not, because I'm just trying to get through the day. You're not going to know nothing about me. You're not going to understand me. I'm going to keep you at a far distance. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. That means you're about to throw in the towel. But people that are not throwing the towel, they bring who they are with them. I remember I had a principal named Mr. Washington. He loved flowers. He loved the plant stuff. That was his thing. So all through the school, we would have plants, and he would had the kids plant outside. We started gardening, all those things. That was him as a person. He brought it to the school, and that was part of his identity. You understand? You understand what I'm saying, educator? That's part of his identity. So that made the school better. It made the climate and culture better. It made people care about, science. If nothing else, we was focusing more on science because he was the principal, and that was his thing. So he brought himself into the school. I hear Principal Kafele talk about when he was a principal, he would bring himself to the school, or Dr. Houston, they would bring who they are into the school. Okay. Let me see. I got 2 more minutes. Stay with me. Hit them emojis. Tell me if this is sounding good. Tell me if this is sounding good. The last thing is this, is that people that are waving in the white flag, they have declined innovation. They do not want to innovate. They do not want to grow. They want to stay, keep doing what they're doing back when they were in the 90s and early 2000s. We can't do that. That's when you're throwing in the towel. Well, I got another year left. I'm not going to learn about AI. I'm not going to deal with AI. Y'all can have AI. I don't want to hear about no AI. I don't want to hear about any of this innovation. I don't want to hear about Twitter and all that. I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear about nothing. Keep AI to yourself, because I'm about to leave in a couple more years. Hey, but the ones that's not leaving, the ones that want to stay in, they embrace innovation. They look at things in a different light. They're looking at new things. That's why their schools are moving in the right direction, because they're embracing innovation. Does that make sense? So I'm going to stop right there. It's 10:29. I want to make sure that I have everybody go and support my good friends, Create and Educate, on their platform. But once again, if you like for me to come to your school or your district, hey, inbox me. We can make it work. I have some districts that have inboxed me. They're booking me for next year. They say, Hurt, we want to get started now for next year. We want to get started. And make sure you do that. And then once again, if you have not purchased my books, make sure you pick those up. So thank you very much. Hey, listen, state test start in 2 days for some people. Let's knock it out. Let's do a good job. I know that you will do great. And if anyone has not told you this week, I'm going to tell you this. I love you. I appreciate you. I look at all the comments that you guys do. Thanks for the love. This platform is growing. Share this out with others. And I will see you next week, same time, same place. Thank you. May God bless you.